don't know if you talk about it in the cards here.
Not
It's
really.
an organization that keeps track of your hours so you can be registered. You know, if you have a job in school working 20 hours or more, you can start reporting your hours towards your professional license. And I didn't know that, so I lost like a couple years worth of work hours, work experience. It's just not having them documented. So make sure, Google it, NCARB, N-C-A-R-B. You're gonna have to pay them a lot of money up front and pay them $25 a year to keep your records, but they're the people that are going to send your information to the testing center when you try to take your AREs. They're going to send your hours and tell them if it's okay for you to test or not. So familiarize yourself with NCARB. They're going to be your best friend and your worst enemy because I guess on average it takes about 4 to 5 years to get your professional license. And every single one of those hours you're going to want to record it, and you're going to want to make sure that it's in there because it's hard. I personally I'm about 6 months away from being able to be licensed, but I'm lame excuse, new mom, and I quit my job, so I don't know if I'll get registered or not, but you don't get hours when you're not working, so that's my sob story. Keep your model scraps in good shape. I know everybody here probably spends a ton of money on museum board, bone core. You know, learn how to use your materials wisely. Don't, cut your smallest piece in the middle of your board because you'll save a ton of money. I gave away, I'm not giving like a 50-pound bag full of scraps of wood and everything at the end of school because every time I had to build a model, I'd go buy some more chipboard or, and you spend a ton of money on that stuff. So keep it, in the bag, straight up. Don't put it underneath your feet. Make sure you keep it in a good spot, and make sure nobody will steal it. Because somebody in the middle of the night that doesn't have to, wide museum board, if they can see yours, they're gonna go get it. They're never gonna know who took it.
Y'all have never done that before, I'm sure.
I think one of my other biggest things is learn how to manage your time. I always laughed at those people that, we're all strung out on final presentation day. They've been up for 5 days. Their presentations crashed, and they're freaking out. They only have one sock on. I always laughed at those people because that's not my personality type. You don't have to be that person that is scrambling at 10 o'clock in the morning on final presentation day that doesn't have much stuff done. Get to know the printing manager in the print shop. They'll help you out. Yeah, your professors don't care if you only have one sock on. They're going to think it's funny. And finally, last but not least, take a PE class, like a physical education class. It might sound really stupid and like whatever, but when you get your endorphins running, it helps relieve stress. That hour that you're swimming or playing basketball, you don't have your mind on architecture. It's really going to help relieve the stress, and you're not going to get all frazzled. It's really going to help, center yourself, and you can focus better when you're done. I took PE every year and every summer when I was in college, and I think it really helped. And it's an easy grade. Who doesn't want like the easy A? You have to do a presentation on lunges at the end of the semester. Oh well, stuff. I guess that's it for me.
There was a point there in learn to manage your time, item number 2, that I think you skipped over.
Oh, you don't have to stay up for 5 minutes straight on coffee and Red Bull, on Red Bull binge to get your work done. Yeah, I kind of covered that.
Yeah. Well, so what I'm interested in is how did you graduate with honors there? And, and ultimately, apparently not having to do that all the time. And how did your preparation over here kind of assist you in that regard?
Well, how I did it. I went to school early. I got to school, at 7:30, 8 o'clock. Did what I needed to do. Caught up on the studio, caught up on my other classes, more importantly. And I never let myself get behind. I didn't slack off in one area and then have to scramble and let other things go to the wayside. I think that's probably pretty important, is getting the set all your stuff on. Nobody's going to be there to bother you. You're there all by yourself. And it's time, just you time, that you can focus on studying. It's quiet. And then, you know, I stayed at school a little bit late. I didn't go out and party. I wasn't a big partier. I didn't go out and drinking, no fraternities, whatever. That stuff wasn't important to me. But you could always tell the people that did, and there were the people that, you know, on the last day had coffee spilled on their drawings or whatnot. And I made sure I didn't overload my classes. You know, you go to uni. At one point I was taking 19, 20 hours, which is a lot with a studio. But when you go transfer, don't think that you can do everything. Take what you need to take, get your feet wet, and don't take too much too soon because it's not easy. You know, those other classes that support your major are important too. You're going to need those later as well.
So how did you end up, I mean, I remember when I was on your jury, and you were still, I think you had some reservations about the program. You know, you'd suffered a little bit with that idea of what was expected in terms of computers and your technical ability to operate the software. And on the other hand, you still had your drawing skills to rely upon. And I think I knew you at that early stage where you were still adjusting. It looks like if you graduated with honors, obviously the adjustment was successful. How did you end up feeling about it all in all?
I think both positive and negative. If you asked me while I was in school, I probably would have been indifferent. But now that, you know, I worked for a while, I think as a professional, looking back on my college career, you know, these hand drawings that UH takes for granted, I can't tell you how many times as a professional we busted out the roll of tracing paper with our clients and went over what they liked, what they didn't like, what they changed, what is it going to look like when it's finished with a client. And I think that I really wish, like I said, I really wish UH would have focused more on hand drawing because it's a, you know, depending on what kind you record, it's really helpful. And, you know, model building, I know one person that's a professional model builder. I looked at you, it's a pretty model. You spent 82 hours on it. I think they're important, but I think they place a little bit too much emphasis on model building. But overall, I think my education was pretty well-rounded. As a professional, did I come out knowing everything? No, I was completely clueless. Like, I didn't know how to be an architect when I got out of school. I had to learn that. You know, I had to get a real job to learn how to be an architect. You know, I worked for one guy. It was me and the old guy while I was in school. So I did all his AutoCAD drawings. He told me what to do. He redlined my stuff. I did it. Just for a house. And then you get it. I went to a company called Kirksey. 120 people, corporate, big deal, like LEED certified.
And you did that after you graduated or while you were in school still?
Both. While I was in fifth year, and then after I graduated, that's where I was until I quit. You get there and it's like totally different. I worked on a job basically for my entirety. The 3 years I was there, $330 million, 12 buildings, from SC all the way to construction. Some remodels, some brand new lab buildings. It was for an oil company. And that's the best experience you can get working on a job like that. It was hard work, but I learned, and they really, really appreciated my stuff. So, I guess the program overall, that's what positive did.
So you were able to get employment, certainly.
Right.
And that part of the program is well connected to the professional community.
It is. I actually got my big job, my real job through a connection that I knew at U of H. Just my degree at U of H meaning that I got to keep my job. No, they don't care where exactly you really. It's your work ethic and it's how you work. It's, you know, the time that you spend. And is your desk clean? That's, you know, that stuff's important. How do you manage your time? Over and over and over. How do you manage your time? Because your client doesn't want you on Facebook, you know, at 3 in the afternoon. Your client's not paying for you to be on Facebook. So, I think that's important. I survived 3 rounds of layoffs at my job, and more than handful were at universities.
Amanda, talk about going to school in Houston, Texas, and what that was like for you, making the transition from sort of San Antonio to big Houston. Yeah.
Okay, coming back to San Antonio, nobody knows how to drive. I get here and I have the worst road rage. You can be driving like 95 in Houston and somebody will always be driving faster than you. So you'll always be on your tail. I was a commuter, so I lived in Sugarland, which is west of Houston. Yeah, west of Houston. And drove in about, my commute was like 40 minutes, no traffic, hour and a half with traffic. But Houston is really diverse, and the campus is really well situated. You know, some people say it's in the ghetto. What is a ghetto? I mean, what does that even mean? It's not. It's not scary. You know, it's fine. But Houston is a big city, and depending on what street you're in, it's, you know, it's a different culture. It's a lot faster paced. Not my personal experience is more people are going to be polite in San Antonio. Less people are going to be polite in Houston. Like I said, especially on the roads. I don't know. I don't live in Houston currently, but and I wouldn't want to live in Houston just because it's such a big city and it's so fast paced. There's always traffic, but downtown, you go you turn right, you're at that Astrodome. Is it Astrodome? Astrodome Reliance Stadium. You go around the corner, you're in the Med Center. It's just like San Antonio on steroids, really. But people are a lot nicer. A lot ruder, I guess I should say. It doesn't feel it's not as Texas-y. Yeah. If that's
Is the university located near downtown?
it is. That's right.
Do the majority of people that you encounter in
Louder, Enrique.
do they commute to the university?
I'd say it's half and half. A lot of people live in the suburbs, like Pearland, Sugarland, Katy, and they drive in.
Because it sounds like it's more, your experience is more of a professional experience as opposed to like a typical college campus like UT or it's just infiltrated with like some kind of
No, you're right.
so it just seems like you're going to your job every single day as opposed to, you know, going to
Well,
college.
and I don't think you're not going to get the same campus experience as you are in UT. Or, at least that's not what I experienced. At least in the architecture program, you don't have time to be a college student per se in the architecture program because it's hard work. But I think the most of the kids were, you know, commuters like I was, and then there was some people that lived on campus. But
I'm sure it's cheaper to live outside.
well, no, not necessarily. You might live in some shady areas of Houston if you you want to.
Like close to the university.
Yeah, goes to the university.
There's a warehouse district around campus that a lot of people end up, finding places in. I mean, a lot of that has changed with Midtown development. It's a whole lot more
the
Midtown.
campus itself is trying to be less of a commuter campus, and they're
Mhm.
building more dorms. The
Mhm.
company I worked for